With the release of the Easter event recently, I have a lot of free content to make. I mean, there are a few notable time limited loot which we can obtain from the Lucky Eggs during this event. Now, I've briefly discussed the event details in another video linked above for your convenience, but today I would like to explore a little bit more about a fascinating finding, the Bonka's Barrier. Now, this isn't just your ordinary event item because there are some extra effects that this Bonka's Barrier actually bears, which is why it is a topic for today's video. But before I get into the details of the Bonka's Barrier, I need to rectify a mistake I made in the previous video. You see, I mentioned that in order to participate in the event and claim 5 free golden tickets per hour, we needed to find at least 1 golden ticket first. That is actually not true at all, and in fact, just merely being online automatically registers your participation. This is currently heavily abused by many players by having alt accounts logged in so as to get free passive Lucky Eggs. This is also why you would have noticed item prices falling extremely hard over the past day, and now Lucky Eggs are worth as much as your wife's boyfriend's old shoes. With that said, let's proceed with the video's topic. So the thing about the Bonka's Barrier is it is the very first event equipment to my knowledge that provides magic stats. It gives the user 3 control and 6 spell power, which is worth 4.5 levels of magic stats. This is a big deal. Now, even if you were to consider the spell power part of this effect, you can think of it as a free upgrade from level 120 in magic to level 123. It is a lot. Now, there is also no level requirement for the use of this shield, so any level 1 player can equip and benefit from this immediately. So this is a pretty big deal because before this event there weren't any shields catered to mages. In fact, the best shield that existed for mages were the Warrior's Ancient Shield. While the Ancient Shield was and still is good, it only provides HP and defense and nothing else useful for mages. But aren't the stats of the Ancient Shield still useful for mages, you might ask? For the most part, you never needed the Ancient Shield to beat content in the first place. The reason is largely due to the fact that you could raise both melee and magic stats, thus giving you a lot of HP and or defense to clear stuff in the game. And yes, having more tank stats is arguably better for you in the mummy boss fight, but you could very easily beat it without the Ancient Shield regardless. As for other major bosses like Netherrex, defense is a completely useless stat, and the loss of 625 HP going with the Bonka's Barrier instead of the Ancient Shield will not save you in most situations. My point is the Ancient Shield has never been a necessary equipment to beating the game, and neither is the Bonka's Barrier, but the Bonka's Barrier does give you more damage and accuracy to allow you to kill things faster and more efficiently, making it the best shield in the game right now. But how much better will your damage be with the Bonka's Barrier? So I decided to figure this out and record a bunch of Netherrex runs and tally all of my attacks with and without critical hits. Do take note that whatever that I'm compiling right now is based on a full turmoil set, which is actually not very representative of the majority of the population, and the Bonka's Barrier will actually be more beneficial to you if you were using anything less than a turmoil set. So just going by my summary alone, there is a 1.35% increase in my non-critical damage, a 1.33% decrease in critical damage, which is probably related to RNG, and a 2.43% overall increase in my total damage output. This is very significant because you can now beat things much faster, meaning more rewards over time. Small things like this adds up and compounds over the next guy not using a Bonka's Barrier. So the Bonka's Barrier is now as cheap as 15 million, but I do expect the alt account abuse to push it down to about 10 million by the end of this event. This is the perfect time for you to snag at least 1 copy of the Bonka's Barrier, as I expect it to increase in price manifold when this event ends and new players are hurting for a copy of this shield. Remember that there aren't any melee level requirements for this shield, so the demand for this shield will be very large. Like my day. So that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How do you feel about this shield? Do you have one yet? Do you plan on getting one? And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more Curse of Aros content. Now with that said, this has been Derek to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.